Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today it is Fragrance Friday and I have a few special fragrances to share with you as well as an unboxing from Guerlain. I was able to get my hands on the limited edition Shalimar Tonka. So I'm so excited. This just showed up. So we'll do a little unboxing, a little sniffing together. And I have two amazing releases. One from Ormonde Jayne. This is Gatsby 22, as well as the new MAISON Francis KURKDJIAN 724. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about these fragrances as well as doing a fun unboxing with me, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are going to kick off Fragrance Friday with the new launch from Ormonde Jayne, and I just have to show you the cutest little setup. I did receive this from Twisted Lily, and they sent me the Great Gatsby. This is the classic from Fitzgerald, along with the perfume. I thought that was so cute, and if you watched my Fragrance Friday a couple weeks back, I had shared that I really loved the fragrance and they ended up sending it to me. So thank you, Twisted Lily. That was super sweet of you, and if you have been watching my channel for a bit of time, you know that I am a huge Ormonde Jayne fan. So I love the DNA in Ormonde Jayne fragrances because there is a bit of a green or fresh note pretty much throughout the entire line. Of course, there's different ones that may not include it, but there's just something special in her fragrances that I really enjoy. And she is coming to Portland, and I'm going to go to one of the events at Fumery PDX, which is a niche fragrance store here in Portland. So let me go ahead and I'm going to spray a little bit of this Gatsby 22. I really love this one because it definitely exemplifies a different era. So you will smell sort of I wouldn't even know if I would call it vintage, but it has a feel that you are going back in time when everybody like dressed up a bit more, a little bit more sophisticated. It definitely is exuding that kind of vibe. And I love it because I'm reading the little card that comes with Gatsby 22, and she said she had so much fun creating a perfume to personify a stylish and sophisticated era. And yep, she nailed it on that. Nostalgic for a time of jazz, pearls, well-tailored dinner jackets, cigars, and Rolls-Royce cars. And yep, when I smell this, it definitely transports me to a definitely more stylish time. I even think of ladies wearing the little flapper dresses and such, kind of in a sophisticated, fun way. The thing that I'm loving about this fragrance is it's got a little bit of an edge to it. It definitely feels sophisticated. I would say modern. Like, yes, it kind of gives you a throwback, but it isn't super vintagey. It just feels a bit more sophisticated, a little bit edgy, fun, little playfulness in this as well. And I feel like you can wear this anytime. Like if I am wanting to feel a little bit put together, a little bit more chic and sophisticated, I would definitely pull out Gatsby 22 because it's gonna give me that sort of edgy vibe. Definitely a confidence kind of booster fragrance, and it's also very invigorating. So let me read you the notes because this does start off with a blast of Sicilian lemon, bergamot, and pink pepper. So I'm definitely getting a little citrus invigorating smell at the top. Then in the middle, it has osmanthus. And osmanthus to me always provides this sort of like chewy, dried apricot smell. And I love it. Like, I love dried apricots, but it has that sort of chewiness to it. Then it's got violet and orange blossom. So a little kind of airiness there. And then in the base, it's got vetiver, leather accord, tonka bean, and musk. And the leather in here is going to be more of a suede note. This is not a strong leather note, but I do think that may be where that kind of edgy sophistication comes from. That leather accord, and then I love tonka. I just feel like it adds sort of a richness to fragrances. We're going to talk about another tonka fragrance in a few minutes. I find this fragrance to be kind of fun to wear because you definitely feel a little burst of confidence, a little bit more chic and sophisticated. It does make me want to dress up a bit. And this is one that my husband loves, and he's actually been wearing a bit of it as well. So definitely unisex. I would not say this is super masculine. I think that it just leans a little bit more fresh, like with that Sicilian lemon and notes like that, so that it is going to be a bit more attractive to him because he likes more fresh fragrances. And I love this because it's got that freshness, but I love a woody fragrance as well. And that vetiver, a little bit of leather accord, and that musk, it really dries down so very sophisticated on the skin. Like, that's what I would say, is you're definitely going to feel like a little bit more elevated when you are wearing this. But again, it's got that wonderful Ormonde Jayne DNA that I feel like runs throughout her fragrances. It's almost like it's a green note in here that I just love. So if you are a fan of Ormonde Jayne, I definitely would check out Gatsby 22. Really beautiful little addition to her lineup. And again, I thought this was so adorable to pair this along with the book. It's making me read this classic again. And as always, if I have a discount code, I will leave it down below in the description box, but I do for Gatsby 22. It is Abby 10, and again, I'll leave all that below in the description box. So the next fragrance, I've been talking about this a bit if you've been watching my channel, and this is the new launch from MAISON Francis Kurkdjian, and this is 724. Dare I say, I feel like this is the best clean fragrance out there. So for those of you who are attracted to very fresh, clean fragrances, I call them like fresh out of the shower fragrances, a bit cottony, a bit pillowy, just those fragrances that you can't go wrong with, that make you feel clean, fresh, and they're non-offensive. This is very office appropriate. This is going to be your new best friend. This is 724. Let's spray this. Now, this fragrance does include aldehydes, and I love the sparkly nature of aldehydes. I find that it just sort of cuts through the heat. It also has this little champagne touch or little sparkliness to it, and I definitely smell that in here. It also has Calabrian bergamot that is going to give a nice citrus burst, but I find this to be not like a cleaning product. This is not too citrus forward. Sometimes those can lean a little too like Pledge for me. Like, I actually like the smell of Pledge, but it's very lemon forward and a little bit like a cleaning product. This is very soft and airy. It's got that champagne touch, and there's also a little layer of light florals in here, but it is not a heady floral. So for those of you that think you don't like florals, you would definitely get away with this. It's a beautiful, soft bouquet of florals in here. And since this fragrance is inspired by the city of New York and its vibrant nature, I find that this has this sparkly nature or an energetic vibe to it, just like it should. The city of New York is always vibrant and bursting with energy whenever I go there. But there is this light, floaty nature to it as well. So very soft florals in here that feel clean and very pretty. There's a little touch of orange blossom, and then it says he reproduced the effects of 2 other mute flowers, and that is the luminous freesia and lily of the valley, and blended them together. The green lily of the valley note magnifies citrus fragrances and leaves an airy floral sensation. And that's exactly right. That's what I was saying. It's definitely very airy, floaty. I feel like a lot of people are going to like this one. And then the comfort is going to come in the base, and it includes the creamy sandalwood as well as soft musks. So if you like cottony, pillowy, linen, fresh, clean laundry fragrances, I think you're gonna love 724. To me, there is a bit of an addictive quality to this fragrance as well. And again, I'm not someone who really loves those freshies. I tend to love more gourmand, rich, and opulent scents, but I love this one and can't seem to get enough of it. This is one of these fragrances that if I wake up and I want that fresh, clean feeling, or I want something a bit more comforting, or I just don't know what I want to wear that day, when in doubt, I'm going to pick 724. Beautiful launch from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and I'm just thrilled to have this in my collection. Okay, last but not least, we're going to do a little unboxing. I had missed out last year on the limited edition Shalimar, which was vanilla based, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that? Then this year, the limited edition Shalimar, this is usually launched around for the holidays, is Tonka, which is even better because I love Tonka fragrances. So luckily I was able to order this, and my order went through, and I wanted to give a little shout out and thank you to Mandy Davis. We have been waiting for this to launch, and it was funny, she wrote me and I was in LA. She's like, it's on the website, quickly go buy it right now. So I did that, and luckily my order went through. So here is the beautiful Guerlain packaging. Give this an open here. I am so excited about this. There were so many of us disappointed by not getting to pick up last year's vanilla. Okay, here we go. Look at this. I am so excited to get my nose on this. Just a classic if you love Shalimar, which I do. Brings back so many memories, and it is still one of the greatest scents ever. And from what I've already heard, this smells like one of my favorite fragrances from Guerlain, and that is Tonka Imperiale. So, just from sniffing the bottle, I'm already in love. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this on my skin. Ooh, wow. Okay, right off the bat, there's that gorgeous bitter almond note. You guys, oof. I'm smelling vanilla in here as well. And Tonka. Oh, wow. This is incredible. So literally this like flipped up on the Guerlain website, and then it was sold out by the end of the day. And then people were getting emails that their order was canceled, and I was like, worried, but mine actually went through. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit more on this side. I'm loving this. So what I would tell you is it definitely has that Shalimar DNA, but I feel like it's bringing it in to 2022, a bit modern. It's got that bitter almond note that is just fantastic. I definitely am smelling that Tonka, and it does remind me of two fragrances, and I'm going to pull them real quick. Okay, I'm going a little bit bonkers. This is a love at first sniff. This is the kind of fragrance that I gravitate towards, and it does remind me of two other fragrances, almost like they're mixed together, and those are Guerlain Tonka Imperiale. This is a true favorite. I had a previous bottle and then I finished that and I ended up picking it up in the new bottle. So that's how much I love it. And then I'm also a huge fan of DIOR's FEVE DELICIEUSE. And this one is a bit of a powder bomb in a good way, like a gourmand powder bomb. That I just love. This is one that every time I wear it, I get a compliment. So I feel like this fragrance is these two combined together like they had a baby. It is so good. So even if you missed this launch, and I'm hoping that maybe they're going to launch this again. I don't know why they make such limited quantities because I feel like so many people would buy this. So if you missed out, I think you literally could do one spritz of this and either one, like a spritz of this or that, with along the Shalimar, and then you could kind of recreate this version just a bit, but I'm hoping maybe that this flashes up on like Selfridges or some other retailers again, because I had heard that the launch was going to happen on October 2nd. So again, quick, it just came up and off of the Guerlain site, and I just happened to luck out. And I'm so glad I did because I am loving this. So let me read the notes real quick to you. This is bitter almond and bergamot. I definitely smell that bitter almond. The middle notes are jasmine, sambac, and rose. And then in the base, you've got that tonka and vanilla. And I will tell you, I definitely smell that bitter almond note. I smell the tonka and I smell the vanilla. And then now as this is drying down a bit, it's got that kind of Shalimar powdery finish that I love. So it's still got that little teeny edge of Shalimar in it, but it just is almost a modern take. And of course, I just really love tonka fragrances. So I feel like that might be one of my favorite notes. Of course, I love vanilla, but tonka is just something that I find to add this rich resinous layer, but it is a bit more, in my eyes, feels a little bit more sophisticated than like tobacco or leather. Like I feel like it works better with my personal chemistry, but gives me that opulent feel. So for those of you who missed out on this one, have no fear. If I see it pop up again, I will put it on my story, let you know ASAP to go and grab it. And again, follow me on Instagram. I tend to put more stuff up on my stories, and I am just in love with this Shalimar. Yay! Okay, that is going to conclude my fragrance Friday. I am back home from a bit of travel, and I will be continuing on my Fragrance Friday series, so check back next Friday for our next episode. And as usual, I always love to hear what you are loving on lately, especially since the weather is starting to change. Feel a little bit of that fall vibe coming through, and I would love to hear what your favorite fall fragrance is. So leave that below in the comment section, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.